whenever he was a kid and he got in a big amount of trouble.
Yeah. And you guys, I don't think you guys have heard this story before, so your reactions will be here, like the first time reactions.
Okay.
So I was about you're at Charlene's age, about 10 years old, and at the time we lived in a house, pretty big house actually, where they had an upstairs balcony and there was a pool table, and from where the pool table was, you could look down onto the first floor family room, right? So I had a friend over, and we weren't playing pool, but we were just hanging out by the pool table, and we were looking over the balcony, and the friend said, "Man, if the parents weren't here, I would try to jump down."
Oh, that's not good.
No, it was actually pretty dangerous. But another time, so back then, you know, it was not uncommon for kids our age to be home by ourselves for a couple hours. Not for a long time, but just while the parents were at work and stuff. We didn't have any grandparents living with us or anything. And anyway, so one of the times I was there in the house with the same friend, and there was no parents home. So yeah, so we decided to try it. We thought we were being safe by putting like some pillows down.
Oh my.
It was not that safe at all. But you know, it was a good height too. Like, I don't know, it probably would have felt like the height of a basketball goal, so like 10 feet.
Oh, that's high.
Yeah, so when you get over the railing, it was pretty scary. But so we started just kind of like hanging down and then like dropping down because we couldn't pull ourselves back up. But eventually, like, you know, we both did it, and then nobody got hurt. So of course, like a couple of young kids, we did it again. Because of course you don't stop until you get in trouble, right? So then like
no.
we did it. So we did it a couple times, and then we kind of stopped. Either, you know, the parents were going to come home, or we thought that was over. But then like another time, we had a third friend with us. Now this third.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This
You kind of already know where this is going. Yeah. This third.
Were they all boys?
You guys are
We
gonna
were
do
all
it again,
boys.
aren't you?
This third, yeah. So we did it again, and you know, not a very good idea. So this third friend, he was you know, not as able-bodied, I would say.
What does that mean?
He, you know, probably athletic ability or
Not
his body
athletic.
type was different. Anyway, so we tried it, and then when he tried it, he hurt himself.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you know, there's no parents in the house, and we got in a lot of trouble.
How?
So
But there's no parents.
there's no parents, so we were trying to get that guy out of the house, but that guy couldn't walk. What ended up happening, he ended up breaking his ankle.
Oh.
Your
And
friend
so-
is in big trouble.
I mean, I was also in big trouble because it was our house, you know. And so we ended up calling my dad, your grandfather. We ended up calling my dad at work and kind of telling him, this friend, he slipped and fell. You know, like we didn't tell him we were
You
jumping
told
off.
him a lie.
Yeah, not a good idea.
I might have done that before.
Yeah, not a good idea, but I mean, that's what happened, you know. Anyway, so, you know, my dad came home from work because it was an emergency, and then we ended up calling that guy's parents. They came to the house, and then we ended up calling 911. And all the adults that came, my parents, the guy that broke his ankle, his parents, and the paramedics, everybody was asking us, the kids, so what happened, you know? And of course, so...
He slipped and fell.
Yeah, we kind of had the story that I'm sure nobody believed, you know, and that's what I know now as an adult. When kids have these little fabricated stories, the adults don't believe them. But, I mean, what can you do, you know? You just hear what the kid has
But
to
what
say.
if it sounds real?
It never does. I mean, that's what you guys don't realize, is some of the stories that you think sound real, they don't sound real.
Oh yeah, I did one like very recently. Which
Really?
one was it, huh?
Really?
And I told specifically you. So which one was it that it didn't sound real?
Well, it's a topic for a different discussion. So, anyway, so like the paramedics carted him off. They took him to the hospital. His parents went with him, and then eventually, you know, my parents, who, again, probably had an idea of what was really going on, or you know, they probably had an idea that what we were saying wasn't the complete truth. So eventually, they got the truth out of me, and you know, that was in big trouble.
Actually
Yeah, I was in big trouble. I was no longer really allowed in the house by myself for a long time.
Oh.
But the hardest part was my parents made me call his parents to tell him that what actually happened was different than what we said happened. You know, so that was
That's embarrassing.
yeah, that was not a fun phone call. And so
Are you not in contact with that guy anymore?
and not for that reason. I mean, we were friends, and we just kind of that incident wasn't the reason we're not friends anymore. We just kind of lost contact. You know, I wouldn't mind being friends at the beginning, but I don't live there anymore, and we just sometimes friends just kind of lose contact. What's up? You have a question?
I just want to say that what was Uncle Christian doing?
Oh, he was trying to stay far away from me as possible because usually that's what siblings do, right? When one sibling's in trouble, the other sibling tries to stay. The other person is like so glad that they're not the one in trouble.
Yeah.
So they try to like distance themselves, but secretly he was probably in the corner like happy that he wasn't in trouble. Yeah. Whenever the parents are upset, the sibling is just hoping that they're the ones that are not in trouble. So that's probably what Uncle Christian was doing. That's probably a good question for you because you're the sibling of your sister. So you're always thinking of the siblings. Anyway, so yeah.
Every time she gets in trouble, I start laughing. Oh.
Right. That's what siblings.
Not very nice.
That's what siblings do. No, but what do you do whenever she's in trouble?
I just feel bad for her. I don't make a face. I just.
That's a face.
That's a face.
Anyway, so yeah, so I ended up calling. So at the time there was no cell phones. You know, this is in the
house phones?
early '90s. Yeah, I called the house phone, but nobody answered because they were at the hospital. So the next day, your grandma, my mom, drove me to the hospital, and I was all nervous, sweating, thinking, how am I going to tell them this thing? But then by the time we got there, lucky for me, his son, the kid that got injured, he had already told his own parents the truth. Probably at the same time, you know, I was telling my parents the truth. So luckily, they were very nice people. You know, it wasn't. It didn't get like to where the families were fighting against each other and stuff. You know, everybody kind of understood they were just kids being kids, and you know, things happen.
No, that's not kids being kids. That's kids being very mischievous.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you.
Man, you were a bad kid.
So it happens. Yeah. So that's why, you know, I don't know if you guys believe us whenever we say sometimes when you get in trouble and it seems like we're too hard on you, then we try to tell you, you know, we've been kids too, and we used to get in trouble also, and that's true, you know. So I'm not saying that
too hard on us.
Yeah, that's how I felt about my parents too. And so that's whenever, you know, the things that we did as kids, we don't approve of you doing because we feel like every generation should be, you know, better than the last.
And that's why we don't have a big house.
We don't even have a second floor.
Yeah, exactly.
But I still love my house.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I'm pretty sure that's...
Anyway, so that's it. That's the story of kind of the worst I ever got in trouble. If you want to ask your Lolo and Lola about
Can
it.
I ask the worst you've ever gotten in trouble?
I just told it to you.
That's the worst you've ever gotten in trouble, like in your whole life.
Oh, my whole life? I've never thought about that one. I don't know.
Yes or no, and then maybe it's gonna be a new video.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I have to think about it. But for the purpose of this video was to tell you that story about when I was your age and I got in a lot of trouble at that time.
Okay, he's gonna tell me if he got in more
We'll see.
trouble.
Yeah, I'd have to think back.
After.
Yeah. If anybody that's watching and knows of a time I got in trouble and thinks he can top this story, then you can let us
Wait,
know.
what? They don't know you're...
You don't even know who's watching.
Wait, no,
What if
it's gonna be us.
What if it's your grandma? She likes to watch your videos.
She doesn't watch my video.
I know. Alright.
That's it. See you guys in the next one. Bye.